at the same time, yeah, there are situations where there's gonna be like guns involved, so where like you're gonna think twice about stepping in. So I don't think anybody's wrong when it comes to this topic, but I think the misogynist comment comes from like the energy and the emotion that we can probably hear, or that we hear from your voice when you like talk about those situations you were saying.
Sir,
Hey, but
go ahead.
and we also have to acknowledge the misandry going on
Facts.
with the girl. We can't just not talk about that. How she's going on about being a lesbian. This is another hot take right here. But I believe most women are under the process of becoming lesbians. Most women in America, I believe most women are being turned lesbian from the island of Lesbos. And they are independent. And when you are independent, you're against your creation role, and that means that you're against God.
That's BS. That's BS.
Most women in this country are under the. I'm not trying to say they're gonna come out and be full-fledged gay.
Well, that's what you just said. Now, I didn't let you go too far. I lied, but when you said this independent, I had to step in. I'm sorry, Trevor.
2 minutes.
That's BS. I'm telling you, the reason we even talking about this and this elaborate scheme of espionage and cultural appropriation was able to happen based off of what you just talking about right now.
No,
do you not understand that?
No, I totally understand you. But right now, when you just take a scan of wherever you at, just take a scan, yo. And right now, I mean, just the other day, I had these two ladies. I work in the hospital, and I had these two ladies. They're nurses, and they both got big, just juicy butts, man, and slim, this real slim waist, so that they're in shape. Bubbles. One of them got a bubble. I think it might have had a surgery. Another one just may be just gifted like that. And they looking, and the way they was looking at each other, and I'm not trying to say that they're gonna go out and start carpet munching. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is that.
So what's wrong with that? That's what I'm asking. What's wrong with it?
I think that is a little bit too far, and I believe these processes have gone above what they, the needle went a little bit in the red, and most of these women's processes of the devil, the kingdom of darkness, trying to turn people opposite sex. Because we have to admit that the devil does not want all these people here. We know this. We do know that there is something, there's population control, that spiritually and governmentally these things are here, and we have to acknowledge that they don't want people having babies right now. So they have stuff that's going on in the food. There's chemicals and hormonal warfare going on in our food that is making people wonder, like, wait a minute, man. Like, so you put people in the right situation, you starve them out, you have these stereotypes that men are this and women are this, and then you put the hormones in the food. Is a perfect recipe, man. It's a perfect recipe. And I believe that people in this country are on their processes of becoming. Now, men is harder to change men because we are harder to change by nature. Like to actually deceive men. I mean, the Bible says that it was Eve that was deceived, not Adam. See what I'm saying? So our women, if you leave them uncovered, things can happen to them that won't happen to us. You see what I'm saying? Because they need to be covered. They're supposed to have fathers that's supposed to give them away to husbands. And whenever you break down that process, what you gonna have?
Apex, but yet here you are complaining about the situation from an individual. Hey, you know what? MD's thought box tomorrow, man. I'm gonna shut up, Trevor.
No. I mean, hear me out. I'm not trying to say that these women are all out. I'm talking about these processes have begun in most of our women. I'm not trying to say that they're gonna go out and do it, but because they're women and they need to be covered, that it's gonna have much more of an effect. These processes have been taking place to everybody, but men.
Wait a minute. In effect on who? On
the
you?
whole population.
No. You. Is it an effect on you?
Nah, it doesn't affect men. Like I said, like look at the stuff that we do right now. Like dudes that don't even know God, they got the pause game. Because there's something there like, nah, man, I'm not, nah, that's nasty. Get out of here. You know, stinking dusty, man. No, that's garbage. Pause. Anything that you even think about it, we are like, nah. But women be like, hey, you never know. You know, all that stuff. And it just opens the door. And I'm not talking about the things that are egregious. I'm talking about the slight things that we got to talk about, because if you solve only the big problems, but you don't solve the setup to the big problems, then you're going to be doomed to repeat these cycles that we don't want to go through.
Hey, let me say this, and then I'm going to let Trevor go on. The fact that we got to say pause after saying something that may be taken to be homosexual, and you don't see no problem in that. I can't talk regular English.
There's a problem in that.
So is that the mindset?
No, it's a point to where it's like the stuff that's going on out here, it's not going down with me. It's not going down with us. So I think it's stupid, but I also understand the spirit of it. Like, nah, that crap ain't going on with my people. So we say pause. So I'm not saying I'm going to be doing it. I'm not saying I'm going to be doing it, but I understand the sentiment. I understand it. Like, yo, we got to keep things what they are. Keep it straight. It's a straight
based off of what? Based off of what, AP? Just say it. Just say what you want to say.
It's based
off of what? Because all of this is based off a foundation of a genealogical sexual aspect of men and women. What is that based off of, AP? Please tell me.
No.
I mean, hell, you've been saying it all show.
No, what I'm trying to tell
everything that we fulfill, the duty of men and women is based off of what?
No, let me say it how I say it. Let me frame it.
Socially, right, I ain't talking about like human nature. Why I'm talking about socially.
Yeah,
what is it based off of?
We are dealing with an agenda by billionaires that they want to stop the population, and they will do it by any means necessary. And one of their tactics is to stop the human reproductive process, to make people hate each other so they don't get married. And if something that happens, it's going to be a crazy home. They got abortions. They got all of these things. You have to admit that what I'm trying to say is true, because you know,
if some of these Negroes don't get born or get snapped into I don't give a damn. What they got to do with me?
Jeez.
I'm not saying that has anything to do with you. I'm just acknowledging it. That's all I'm saying. Just acknowledge it, that this is out here and people don't want us to reproduce.
I acknowledge that every American human being got the right to their own freedom. If long as it's not affecting me, I don't give a damn.
Well, I'm
a misogynist, I'm a misandrist, I'm a xenophobe, I'm a racist. I don't give a damn what you called me.
Well, I'm not even talking about that. I'm trying to say that this
I'm talking about it because you're misrepresenting what freedom is based off of some pseudo morality that was built upon the book.
So wait a minute.
That's this whole discussion, and it's been put up under a microscope in the black community. That's why we got gender wars as we speak. So then here come the curry stew eaters. They get to come in and culture vulture off of what the American aspect of black culture is, and use it to their advantage, and you fall for it. Like I can see you're doing it right now.
No, I agree.
That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. If this was really
vultures, I agree with you about that. But I didn't fall for it because I'm just acknowledging what's going on out here, man. I'm seeing how
you did fall for it because you're using it as a footstool of what you're talking about right now. No, if you didn't fall for it, we wouldn't be talking about it. And they wouldn't have no money.
No, women don't even like being around masculine men anymore. They want men.
Man, so you're doing it again. You're doing it again.
No. No. Look, I could go outside, use my eyeballs, and be like, yo, when you see a masculine guy, if that dude is not rich or any type of thing, tall, or whatever, that
Does that hurt your ego, Apex? That's what I'm asking. Does that hurt your ego, or do you keep it pushing? And you eventually go to the woman that goes with your commonality.
No, why would that hurt my ego?
Because you're acknowledging it as some type of super serum for women. I'm not.
No, I'm not saying
I just say the hell with you and I keep it pushing.
Okay, but I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just talking about that is out there. That doesn't mean anything to how I feel about it. I don't go by feeling.
It does, because you're going on the diatribe based off of look. I'm
going on the diatribe because it's true. And I believe these are the problems. These are the problems that are too minute to get on your radar. You don't want to acknowledge these things.
I don't want to acknowledge it because it don't affect anything that I'm doing in my life.
But actually it does.
That's the beauty about being an individual. The beauty is about being an American. That's what I'm telling you. These issues that constantly come up in our community are 100% preventable if we can understand the value of us individually and continue to move forward in a commonality based off each other. It's like connecting the dots. The dots ain't being connected because Negroes is bundling up dots and put them in a bowl, and that's the aspect of Black culture is not. That's what I'm telling you. And issues like this happen because it's a subgrade of a microcosm of what we are to outside people. That's what I'm telling you. Now, and we roll with it because we always falling for the starlight. We always trying to be up under the light. And that's our issue. And I'm done with that. Zero hit.
Oh, he talked it out.
That's it. That's it. That's it.